Hey guys, it's Miss Funk here, and this is my buddy Atticus. And today we're going to be working on one of our 6 trait characters for writing, and that is Calvin conventions. We're going to work on making our writing stronger by editing it and making sure that we are trying to get rid of all of our mistakes. So this is Calvin Conventions. Most of you probably remember him hanging up in your wall somewhere and you looked for him during Writer's Workshop. Well, Calvin has all the tools and he uses them to fix his writing. You might also recognize this poster from the Writer's Workshop. This is our Xray Editing poster. So we're going to use a different color to edit our writing. So we need to make sure all of our sentences begin with a capital letter, and we're going to use the green pen, and you can do this on your Sharpie or on your Seesaw, to do 3 underline marks under a letter that needs capitalized at the beginning of a sentence, like she went to the park. The S in she needs to be capital. We're going to use dark blue to make sure all our words are separated with spaces. So look at my example sentence. She went to the park. Notice how she and went are too close together and they look like one word. So what we need to do is use our dark blue pen to put a thick line between those 2 words. So when we go back to rewrite it, we make sure that we have a finger space between them. And the same with the park. Next, we need to use our light pink pen to make sure all of our sentences end with a punctuation mark. So that's a period, an exclamation point, a question mark, anything to end the sentence. So what I'm going to do for this one, she went to the park. I'm going to put my period at the end where I left it out, and then I'm also going to put a circle around it just so I can see it and make sure I fix that when I do my final draft. And then lastly, we also need to be looking out to make sure that we capitalize any proper nouns, which means special names in our writing. So for an example of this, your name needs to start with a capital letter, a special place, like a special name of a park, or maybe the name of our school. Those all need to be capitalized in our writing. So the example I have on here is Miss Funk went to Disney World. Well, the M in Miss and the F in Funk need to be capital because they are special names. And also the D in Disney and the W in World need to be capital because that is the name of a very special park. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it actually looks like when you go to edit your own work on your Sharpie or on your Seesaw this week for writing class. So I have written a few sentences here and drew some stick figures of my sister and I at the park, and I'm going to walk through this with you of how I would edit it. So I have written, yesterday I went outside with my sister on a walk to Matea Park. We had a great time together. Tomorrow we will go back. So looking at this, the first thing I need to do is I need to capitalize the Y in yesterday because it is the first letter of my sentence here. So I'm going to put 3 underlines in my green pen. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I notice that my and sister are way too close together and they need to be separate. It almost looks like one word. So I'm going to switch to my dark blue pen and I'm going to draw a thick line separating them so when I go back to write it, I make sure that I put a finger space there in my final draft. Yesterday I went outside with my sister on a walk to Matea Park. Now, Matea Park sounds like a special name of a park. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to get one of my other pens, and it's going to be the orange one. And I'm going to make sure I do my 3 underline marks under Matea, because it's a name, and also Park, because Matea Park is one name together, so they both need to be capital. I think there is one more thing missing from my first sentence, and that would be punctuation. So I need to end my sentence with some kind of punctuation mark. So I'm going to use my pink pen, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to add a period. So now my sentence says, yesterday I went outside with my sister on a walk to Matea Park, period. And I already started my next sentence with a capital letter. We had a great time together. Now, if you look at this sentence closely, I already have my capital letter, I already have my punctuation, and it looks like all of my words are spelled correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my next sentence. Tomorrow we will go back. I'm going to separate we and will because they're way too close together and need a finger space. And to finish it off, I need a punctuation mark, and this time I'm going to use an exclamation point because this is something I'm excited about. I'm going to make sure I circle it so I can clearly see it when I go back to finish my final draft. Alright guys, that's all there is to it. I hope this video has been helpful. I miss you guys so much, and I know if you're not in my class, I know your teachers all miss you too. And I hope that this week you go back and you edit some of your writing to help yourself become a better writer, and go outside and enjoy some sunshine. Have a great day.